The night Liliana turned 18, the moon disappeared. Black clouds covered the sky above the small village of Eldermere, and an unnatural silence settled over the streets. No birds sang. No dogs barked. Even the wind seemed afraid. Liliana stood alone outside her family's small house, staring toward the forest. Something was watching her. She could feel it. A cold shiver traveled down her spine. Then, boom! A distant explosion shook the ground. Liliana turned sharply. Beyond the trees, a red glow appeared in the darkness. Then came the screams. Hundreds of them. Run! Vampires! They're here! Liliana's heart stopped. Vampires. The word had haunted her village for generations. Everyone knew the stories. Creatures with crimson eyes. Creatures who drank blood. Creatures who never grew old. But everyone also believed the vampire. No. She stumbled backward, covering her mouth. A figure stood behind the corpse. A tall man dressed in black. His eyes glowed red. Liliana couldn't breathe. The vampire smiled. Found her. He stepped toward her. Liliana ran. She didn't know where she was going. She only knew she had to survive. Behind her, the vampire moved faster than any human could. Within seconds, he appeared in front of her. Liliana crashed into him. He grabbed her throat and lifted her from the ground. Your mother hid you well. Liliana struggled. Who are you? The vampire leaned closer. Someone who has been searching for your blood for 18 years. His fangs appeared. Liliana closed her eyes. Then, something inside her chest burned. Liliana's eyes opened. They were no longer brown. They had turned deep red. Blood began floating around her like a storm. The vampire released her and stumbled backward. No! He stared at her in terror. Black blood! Liliana looked at her hands. What is happening to me? The vampire whispered. The Blood Witch. Before he could attack again, a sword pierced his chest. The vampire froze. A tall man stood behind him. Silver hair, pale skin, black royal coat, and eyes as red as freshly spilled blood. The vampire fell to the ground. The stranger pulled the sword from his body. Liliana stared at him. Who are you? He looked at her for several seconds. Then he slowly lowered his sword. My name is Kale. Liliana stepped backward. Are you a vampire? Kale didn't answer. Instead, he walked toward her. Liliana raised her hands. Blood began swirling around her fingers. Kale stopped. For the first time, his expression changed. Surprise. You really are her daughter. Liliana's heart raced. Who? Kale looked toward the burning village. Your mother. Liliana's eyes filled with tears. What did she have to do with you? Kale remained silent. Then he said quietly, She was the woman who cursed me. Liliana froze. Before she could ask another question, a deafening roar echoed through the village. Kale looked toward the mountains. His expression became serious. They've arrived. Who? The Vampire Queen's army. Liliana stared at him. Why are they here? Kale looked directly into her eyes. Because they know you're alive. A cold wind swept through the ruins.
Then, hundreds of crimson eyes appeared in the darkness. Liliana's blood ran cold. Kale stepped in front of her. "Stay behind me."
Why? He turned slightly. Because tonight, every vampire in this kingdom wants you dead. He paused. And the queen wants you alive. Liliana swallowed. Kale looked at her with an unreadable expression. Because your blood can do something no other blood in this world can do. What? Kale whispered. It can resurrect the first vampire king. Thunder exploded across the sky, and somewhere far away, inside a black castle surrounded by mountains, a woman wearing a blood-red crown opened her eyes. She smiled. After 18 years, her fingers tightened around the arm of her throne. The black blood has finally returned. The village was burning. Flames consumed the wooden houses, while black smoke covered the sky. Liliana stood frozen in the middle of the ruined street. Hundreds of red eyes stared at her from the darkness. The vampire queen's army had arrived. Kale stepped forward, his sword reflecting the fire behind him. "Stay close to me." Liliana stared at the army. "How many are there?" "Too many." "Then how are we going to escape?" Kale looked at her. "We aren't." Liliana's heart sank. "What?" Kale raised his sword. "They didn't come here to fight." He looked toward the castle in the distance. "They came for you." Suddenly, the vampires moved. Dozens rushed toward them. Kale disappeared. A flash of silver crossed the street. One vampire fell. Then another. Then another. Liliana watched in disbelief. Kale moved faster than her eyes could follow, but there were too many. One vampire managed to reach Liliana from behind. She turned and froze. His claws were inches from her face. Suddenly, the vampire stopped. Blood began flowing from his mouth. Liliana hadn't touched him. She looked at her hands. The red energy around her fingers was growing stronger. The vampire collapsed. Kale turned toward her. "You did that." I didn't mean to." "You don't have to mean it." Kale walked toward her. "Your power is awakening." Liliana shook her head. "I don't want this power." Kale's expression softened for the first time. "Neither did your mother." Liliana looked at him. "Tell me the truth about her." Kale remained silent. "Please." He finally lowered his sword. "Your mother was once the most powerful blood witch in the world." Liliana's eyes widened. "Why did she hide me?" "Because the vampire queen wanted your blood." "Why?" Kale looked toward the army. "Because 18 years ago, your mother discovered something." "What?" "The first vampire king isn't dead." A cold silence fell between them. "He's sleeping." Liliana whispered, "And my blood can wake him?" Kale nodded. "But there's something else." "What?" "Your mother didn't just hide you. She sealed your power." Liliana stared at him. "Then why is it awakening now?" "Because the seal broke when you turned 18. Suddenly, a woman's voice echoed across the burning village. "Enough." Every vampire stopped. The flames seemed to become silent. A woman stepped from the shadows. She wore a long crimson dress and a black crown decorated with dark gemstones. Her eyes were beautiful and terrifying. The Vampire Queen, Seraphine. She looked at Liliana. For a moment, she said nothing. Then she smiled. So this is her. Liliana stepped backward. Kale immediately stood between them. Don't come any closer. Seraphine laughed softly.
Still protecting her, Kale? Kale's eyes narrowed. You know why I'm here. I know exactly why you're here. Seraphine looked at him. You're not protecting her. She smiled. You're protecting yourself. Liliana looked at Kale. What does she mean? Kale said nothing. Seraphine continued. Ask him about the curse. Liliana turned toward Kale. The curse? Seraphine's smile disappeared. Your mother cursed him 18 years ago. Kale's expression became cold. And that curse can only be broken by one thing. Seraphine looked at Liliana. Your blood. Liliana felt as though the ground had disappeared beneath her. You saved me because of my blood? Kale looked at her. I saved you because I had no choice. The words hurt more than she expected. Liliana lowered her eyes. Seraphine laughed. Now you understand. She extended her hand. Come with me, child. Liliana looked at her. Why? Because if you come willingly, no one in this village has to die. Liliana looked around. The villagers were hiding among the burning houses. She clenched her fists. You'll let them live? Seraphine smiled. Yes. Kale suddenly grabbed Liliana's arm. Don't believe her. Seraphine's eyes turned crimson. Then let us make a deal. She raised one hand. Hundreds of vampires drew their weapons. Give me Liliana. The army moved forward. Or I burn the entire village. Liliana looked at Kale. For the first time, she saw fear in his eyes. Not fear for himself, fear for her. She slowly stepped forward. Kale grabbed her hand. Liliana, don't. She looked at him. If I don't go, they'll kill everyone. Let them try. But what if they kill you too? Kale froze. Liliana whispered, I don't want anyone else to die because of me. She released his hand, then walked toward the queen. But before she could reach her, the ground beneath Liliana cracked. A massive circle of blood-red light appeared beneath her feet. Everyone stopped. Kale's eyes widened. No. Seraphine looked at the symbol. For the first time, genuine fear appeared on her face. Impossible. The ancient symbol began glowing. The Blood Witch has awakened. The vampires fell to their knees. Liliana screamed as a wave of crimson energy exploded from her body. And somewhere beneath the vampire kingdom, something opened its eyes. Two enormous red eyes. The first vampire king had awakened.